Hello, my name is Janet. This is my first YouTube video. And at first I was pretty nervous. I wasn't sure if I would meet my expectations or the expectations of anyone who might view it. I was nervous I wouldn't do it right. As I reflected on that, I realized the meditation was like that for me as well. I was worried I couldn't do it right. I was worried I might not have these big epiphanies that I'd heard about people having when they experienced meditation. But then I decided to just dip my toes in the water and give it a try. So that's what I'm doing with this video. My first exposure to meditation came with a book that a colleague gave me. Inside the book she wrote, "It's never too late to start putting yourself first. You deserve it. I hope this helps in some small way." The book is called Quiet Mind, A Beginner's Guide to Meditation. Here's the book on Amazon. I like this book because it has various chapters that explain the different forms of meditation and gives you information about how they came to be and what their purposes are. I've written on my blog about metta meditation. Today I just wanted to speak to you a little bit about Tonglen meditation. I'm just going to read you a couple of short paragraphs from the book. The first step is very brief. You could think of it as clearing the decks. You simply allow a little pause or a gap before you begin. Although this is the first step and it's very brief and simple, it is still important. It is like cracking the window to let in a little fresh air. In the second step, you touch in with the world of feelings and emotions. Each time you breathe in heavy, dark, claustrophobic energy. And each time you breathe out light, refreshing, clear, cool energy. With each breath, the practice shifts direction, so there is an ongoing rhythm, back and forth. I think this particularly resonated with me last winter. I was out of work. I had a family member struggling with mental illness. The winter seemed very gray. My house seemed very claustrophobic. Sometimes it felt like the world was closing in on me. And finding this solace in meditation and breathing out the positivity, I felt like in some small way I was putting something positive out into the world. At the end of this book, there's a CD that guides you through the various meditations. So it's really a great resource to get started. After going through the book, I went onto YouTube and I typed in guided meditation, which you can do yourself. And you'll find there's a wide array of videos to choose from with various topics and various lengths. I recommend getting started with the videos that are under 10 minutes, as they don't take quite as much of a commitment and it's easier to just get started. You'll often see the word mindfulness related to meditation. My first exposure to mindfulness came at my previous job, where we had Mindfulness Mondays. On our lunch hours, we'd head into the library, and various practitioners would take us through a meditation that would help it ground us for the week and help us learn to cope with some of the stresses that can happen in the workplace. The next thing I did was to go onto iTunes, and I found an album called 80 Minutes of Native American Drums and Flutes. I just want to play for you a very small segment of this so that you can get an idea of how relaxing it can be. I find the haunting of the native flute and the birds in the background create a sort of natural rhythm that helps me focus on my breathing. And as I take deep breaths in, and as I let them all the way out, I allow nature to come into my mind. I think of the people who've walked the paths that I walked before me, of the challenges they faced, and it helps me think maybe my challenges aren't so great after all. I'm grateful for the opportunity to feel like I'm part of something bigger, part of nature. And it helps me feel like I'm connected somehow. And I feel a calm and relax come over me. Perhaps Native American music isn't your thing, and perhaps the video options I've showed you won't appeal to you either. But what I'm trying to point out is there are so many resources in regard to meditation available online and in libraries, free for your use. I hope you'll experiment. I hope you'll give a few a try. I hope you'll dip your toes in the waters of meditation and see what comfort, calm can come to you. I wish you this calm comfort and this bit of peace. Namaste.